Right now, many people are facing the toughest times of their lives. This is Meatball. And yesterday, Meatball got arrested. Meatball was arrested because she wanted to survive. She was simply trying to put food on the table for her and her 11 children. Everybody should have access to bread, water, and the triple bacon XXL meal with extra sauce. Is it a crime to want to survive? Is it a crime to demand respect? Is it a crime to smash a window and steal an iPhone 15 Pro Max with 1024 gigabytes of storage? Yes, the last one is. So please consider sponsoring Meatball. For just $500 you can feed her and her entire family for nearly a full day. You'll receive a Meatball plushie and she'll even drop you a note every month to let you know how she's getting on. Reach deep into those pockets today. Because today could be Meatball's last.
I mean, the price of food is going up, and that Meatball plushie is an actual product. We're buying it very soon. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Zukradowski here of WeAreChange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely wild and bewildering news to get into today, as of course there's a lot of absurdities, especially in Washington, D.C., especially with all the chaos happening all around our modern society, as it looks like we're going to have two dictators forever now, as of course this technocratic geopolitical nightmare is not going to be over anytime soon, as of course we have all the latest news and developments that we are going to be talking about in this particular video. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on BidenFetterman.com. Actual website. I think it's still possible with the way that things are going that this could be the particular outcome for the Democrats with the way things are going. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is done by the extremely talented Steven Voiceover. The link to his YouTube channel will be down in the description below. He posts amazing meme magic that is definitely worth following and supporting. Check him out also on Twitter at Steven Voiceover. And truly, a lot of what he does is incredible. It makes you think, it makes you laugh, but more importantly, it challenges the status quo, which is absolutely absurd and mad. This, as of course, crime is being normalized, especially in major Democratic areas, as NBC News is reporting today that even a Texas Congress member, ironically a Democrat, was the victim of an armed carjacking in Washington, D.C. last night, as of course it is a lot of very controversial Democratic policies all throughout the United States that are putting in district attorneys that of course are excusing crime, giving up people, a slap on the wrist for robbing people, stabbing people, shooting people. Graffiti, that's just pretty much the same as armed carjacking, right? Yeah, nothing to worry about here, bud. Everything's fine. As of course, it's news if it happens to a Congress member. It's normal if it happens to the average citizen that has to deal with this every single day. And as crime is on the rise, especially in major urban environments, don't worry. District attorneys are, of course, going after their political opponents as best as they can. Like in New York, where the attorney general there promised that she would prosecute Donald Trump, and she is doing so by now claiming that he overinflated his Mar-a-Lago property, which is absolutely absurd. As of course, there's a lot of really horrible, seedy things that politicians do inside of the United States that of course, are horrible, that lead to tremendous human suffering or life loss, and politicians should be investigated. But let's be honest here. Donald Trump has been investigated more than any other man, I think, in recorded human history. And the only thing you get him on is the fact that he maybe inflated the value of his property. What, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. And for America to be captivated by this trial shows you how much of a witch hunt it is. As of course, there's crazy bad things that politicians do, but for messing up paperwork, that's just ridiculous here. As of course, it's pretty clear that the media, the establishment, and the justice system is doing everything they can to try to prevent Donald Trump from becoming the next president of the United States, and in doing so, making him more popular and rise in the polls than he ever did before. Even though Trump made some very offhanded, controversial comments specifically about medical procedures recently, he also made one about birth control and another comment about if a man could be a woman, which bewildered his entire base. And even though that happened, his poll numbers are still going up, even though he is saying things that is alienating his base, predominantly because of the unfair prosecution that is happening against him. And again, all these latest exclusive controversies are not really controversies. Donald Trump insulted someone someday. Okay, who cares? There's politicians literally selling this country out to the highest bidder. There's extortion, racketeering schemes. There's the poisoning of our food and drinking water as hundreds of millions of dollars is being moved from Ukraine to the United States to politicians through seedy investment that defrauds customers. And that, no, if we had a true justice system, we would be investigating that plus a lot more. And we would be investigating a case that we can't even bring up here on this particular YouTube channel because it would be censored. But we can bring it up on LukeUnfiltered.com, as of course we're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all in an exclusive video later on today on our own platform. That platform, LukeUnfiltered.com. Click the link down in the description below. Sign up just by clicking here. It's quick, it's easy, and simple, and you get access to a lot of really incredible offers of value. 3 masterclasses, a forum, a members-only store, T-shirts, giveaways, contests, and an in-real-life meetup this October 8th, 4 p.m. in Southern Florida. This Sunday, in real-life meetup with everyone here who is a member. I did a lot of these meetups all throughout the United States. They're awesome. They're really fun. If you haven't signed up yet, if you want to hang out and chill with some really cool people, sign up right now on LukeUnfiltered.com, and I will see you there right after this broadcast. As of course, also don't forget to check out wearechange.shop, where we have our own line of supplements that have helped a lot of people. They might help you. Check them out. Do your own research. Do your own homework on wearechange.shop. TakeCalm.com probably is going to be useful for a lot of people, especially if they're members of Congress that are going through some crazy decisions as of right now. As of course, Congressman Matt Gaetz has just filed a motion officially to oust Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House. As of course, at least 5 Republicans have signed on with him as of the making of this video, as a vote is expected soon to happen on the House floor. That, of course, is going to be very tumultuous for the U.S. House of Representatives. As, of course, there is a big personal battle between Kevin McCarthy that has been capitulating to the needs of the Democrats, has been playing politics, has been conceding to a lot of the Democrats' demands, as Joe Biden made a statement that there was a deal cut between him and the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, regarding aid to Ukraine. Now, the White House won't confirm if that statement was true or not true. This, as the President of the United States is now asking Republicans to, quote, keep their word on funding the future proxy conflict and bloodshedding that's happening right now in Ukraine. This being one of the moments that, of course, galvanized Matt Gaetz to go against Kevin McCarthy here, as, of course, this key deal of giving our money to the military-industrial complex to prolong the innocent life lost inside of Ukraine is centered to all of this, as it's important to note here that there's a lot of questions regarding to where the money is going to, as we even saw mainline corporate media organizations like CBS News report that a lot of the money, a lot of the weapons weren't going to where they were supposed to be going inside of Ukraine, as that country is known for its corruption. As we're learning today from the Daily Mail, that is reporting that it's not only the fears of Republicans, but also the Biden administration itself that is demanding more money for Ukraine, as they fear that a lot of that money, a lot of those weapons, aren't getting to its original destination. This, as we have a new leaked document discussing U.S. strategy in Ukraine that was originally obtained by Politico, that is worried about the dishonesty that is routine in Ukrainian politics, that, of course, would cause more Western allies to not support corrupted individuals that are wasting people's money, stealing it for themselves, and of course bankrolling themselves while screwing over soldiers on the front line that we are getting many reports of are not getting the actual equipment that they need. If you remember, this is almost the same exact situation that happened in Iraq, where many soldiers were complaining about Halliburton, a company owned by, of course, the Vice President of the United States at the time, screwing them over and charging the taxpayer a huge sum of money for incomplete and unsustainable equipment that was not usable. This, as we soon might get a bigger look into the corruption of Ukraine, as we are getting a report from the Daily Dot that hackers have now allegedly breached NATO headquarters and stolen nearly 3,000 files. What will those files contain? What information will be released from them? Well, that's something that we are going to be keeping a very close eye on, as of course the public discoveries here are going to be very important and may shed a light on this entire situation, since we know NATO is very involved in this larger proxy conflict between the East and the West. As today, we are also getting reports that Vladimir Putin, who is 70 years of age, nothing compared to the politicians here in America, is posed to, quote, announce another re-election where he is going to be seeking another 6-year term as Russian president. All of this is happening as, of course, Ukraine also just stopped elections in its country. As in the United States, Joe Biden, who is 80 years of age, still to the dismay of many people in the establishment, is running to be president of the United States for 4 more years. As we're getting information that some of the top Democrats are privately calling him Grandpa CEO, and they're trying to incentivize him to step down because they fear his ailing health will quote, cost the 2024 presidential elections. And I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it might be, the clear corruption that involved his son with a Ukrainian energy company that might have something to do with it. It might have to do with all the business dealings that he had, with China. It might have to do with his Build Back Better globalist policies that have been absolutely eviscerating and destroying the American middle class and making poor people poorer. It might have to do with the utter destruction of life that is happening all around the world because of his horrible foreign policy that clearly does nothing for the American people, as it's pretty clear as day that his administration is absolutely corrupt and probably absolutely will not let go of the overwhelming amount of power that they have given themselves. So yeah, Zelensky, Putin, Biden, probably here to stay for a very long time with the way that things are going. How do you think things will be shaking up from here? Who will be the first to go? Who will be ousted from political office out of those three? Well, who knows? Who do you think? Let me know down in the description and comment section below. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and sharing this video, and because you do, that's why I love you guys. One more video coming your way right now on LukeUnfiltered.com. See you there.